Guy right here. Best mask! Easily. Now, this is, if you read the title, which I really hope you did, this is Trump's Beach House. This is not 3, although I will be announcing something at the end of this video. Trump's Beach House, 1 year later, and 3 months later, I guess. Today, I'm just going to be talking about I'm going to get all of these things out of the way, because that's just background noise. This is the main star today. I'm going to let you guys know, I've been trying to get different videos done today, and I am at a point where my brain no functiony, so I'm saying a lot of random words. I'm probably going to go back a lot, so I apologize. And I'm not going to be acting like myself. You know, usually in my movies I'm talking like, oh, well, I'm the big, strong, smart guy. No, I am going to be me. I'm not putting a character on anymore. I'm tired of putting on a character. I'm going to be me. Finally. Yeah. Trump's Beach House. Easily my favorite movies that I have ever created. Mob Boss, get that out of here. The Mob Boss TV spinoff, I'm probably not going to upload any more to that. Scarecrow. Okay. That's fine. Getting into Trump's Beach House, I'm going to be talking about deleted scenes, cut concepts, basically the same thing. Talking about different, behind-the-scenes stories, and, just a bunch of stuff. It's probably going on AB8 behind the scenes. If not, good for you, video. You're on the main channel. Speaking of which, if this does go on the main channel, go subscribe to AB8 Productions Behind the Scenes, where I upload a bunch of skits, I upload skits, I upload, bloopers, all of that stuff. So, with Trump's Beach House 1, I'm going to go into, behind the scenes, stories first. Now, with Trump's Beach House 1, and I really condemn the fact that we got it done so easily, but really the way that Trump's Beach House 1 was made, it never should have happened. Because I got this mask from a spirit. I wasn't too big into filmmaking. I wasn't really branching out a lot. I think the most creative thing that I had done at that point was Harold. Harold and Bib Bib. Well, easily Harold, because, sex doll running around that's possessed. That's easily the most creative thing that I did at that point. Probably still is the most creative thing. But yeah, my mouth is really dry right now. So I'm probably going to pause this footage here in a little bit and go grab a Sprite. But yeah, Trump's Beach House 1. I'm telling you guys, I'm not thinking right. I'm very sorry. I genuinely am starting to really hate the fact that I'm doing this. But yeah, I purchased it from a spirit with a fake blood knife because, those two just go 2 and 2. And this mask is my prized possession. Now, I'm very glad that I bought it from a store instead of online because, my dad had gone there a few days prior, and my family is, heavily Democratic, right? Which, they, screw Trump, screw Trump supporters, which I don't care. If you want to watch my content and support Trump, I really couldn't care less. That's your opinion. I have no right to go in and talk to you about what you should believe. I'm just making these out of my own fun. So the goal for these movies, I want to get something out of the way because it's been a huge thing with me. The goal of these movies were never to be like, oh, you guys suck. I hate you guys. Supporting Trump, I hate you guys. Maybe a few people on set were thinking that, but I was thinking, this is the funniest thing I have ever seen. So, just want to get that out of the way. So, yeah. Moving on. So, with this, me and my dad had gone there a few days before, and I was thinking that'd be the funniest thing to troll Mom and Mason with. But my dad, because this was $22, he was like, son, what are you going to use it for? And I was like, I don't know. So he said, I'm not getting that. And I was planning on getting it online. Really, the main reason I was getting this was to troll Mom and Mason, Or as you 8v8 fans go, not Melania and Joe Riggs. What was that? Okay, You know, and I'm gonna grab something real quick. I swear to God, I just heard knocking. I'm not trying to be Ed from, Stalker of Sundale, so got a crowbar on me. But yeah, we'd gone there. We'd gone to the same store, and I had hidden this mask. I'd hid it somewhere very special, aka I put it behind a skeleton. And for some reason, no one got it. No employees were like, "Oh, that shouldn't be moved." Because it was right in plain sight. If anyone wanted this, they could have grabbed it. Yeah, I needed this specific one. There was like 15 other masks, but I needed this one in particular. So, I grab it. I'm like, "Mom, I need this." And she's like, "No, I'm not getting that." And I was like, "Mom, please. Dad said the same thing. I just want this so I can troll Mason." She didn't know I was planning on getting them both because I'm just a goofy little prankster dude. No. So she was like, "That would be really funny. I'll get it." And I was like, "Can I get a fake knife too? For a movie?" She was like, "Sure, go ahead. Paycheck had just hit. Bada bing, bada boom, baby, I'm rich." Yeah, so I got this. And at first, Mason hated this thing. Literally, I walk in the door with it on, and he went, it was like, we were setting up for some Halloween party. He comes out of the kitchen like, "Babe, why did you get that?" I start cracking up underneath the mask, and I'm like, "I don't know what you're talking about, Mason Roberts." And that was the first time I did the Trump voice in this mask. But yeah, he went to the kitchen. He was joking, obviously, but he got like a knife, and he was like, "Get out of my house." So, I jokingly walked out. But after that, nothing really was used for this thing. I made a few TikToks with it, being a goofy little TikTok boy. Yeah. Just kind of sat around. I never really used it for anything, besides the most few TikToks that I made with it. But then vacation rolled around, because I got this like 2 weeks before vacation. We had gone, we were packing up and everything, and me and Mason were walking out to the car. I had this on me, goofingly. I went, "I'm going to bring him with." I threw him in the trunk, and I wasn't thinking I was going to do anything with him. But then we got to the house, and I just felt the need to record. So I did. I came up with a concept, and it was Trump's Beach House. And ever since then, it's been my favorite movie that I have ever made. But yeah, that's mainly the backstory. Now I'm getting into some cut content. Now, for Trump's Beach House 1, there is so much content that was cut, it's ridiculous. There was going to be a scene, or at least I'm thinking, I don't think I ever mentioned this to anyone else, and that's why we never got it. But yeah, we were going to get a scene where we were walking through a grocery store, and I was throwing zebra cakes and stuff into the cart, and Joe was going, "No, we're not getting that." And he would put it away, and I'd be like, "But I want it!" And I got on the floor, and I was going, doing that, and it was really funny, but we never did it, sadly enough. And there's supposed to be it's a big environment in what's it called? Oak Island. Oak Island has a very big city. Well, not big, I would say. It's got a lot of stuff around it, but you're going to have to drive a bit to get there. And there was so many tourist traps. Literally everything was Trump related too. The scene, and I always mention this every time we're watching it, the scene where I'm sitting in a chair and I go, I might just have to stay here, because everyone loves me here, including not Melania. Every time I watch that, I go, the sad truth about that is everyone does. More or less just trying to be like, "Hey guys, I'm with you guys too. This guy, trying to be a part of the party, Yeah. Just throw that out there. Yeah. And a lot of props were going to be gotten. What I wanted to do is I wanted to get a flag, a 2020, Trump 2020 flag, and I wanted to get it, and I wanted to run around the beach with it on my back, and I was going it was going to be a beach scene. We were going to go there at night, and they were going to be "Oh, we're looking for ghost crabs." And I was running around "Yeah, look at me, everybody, vote for me." A lot of this content if you're watching this after, I'm just going to announce it here. Trump's Beach House 3 is going to be made. It's not coming out soon. We're going back to Oak Island. But the sad part about it, it's going to be the last in the series. There's a lot of reasons on why it's going to be the last. Mainly, it's just like, I'm kind of burnt out on the concept. I just want to get a good vacation where I'm not recording and I can really enjoy myself. And I want it to be, because we're going back to Oak Island. That was the same place we recorded the first one. I want it to be the biggest. It's like the biggest priority in my head right now. No Finky except Trump Beach House 3. Yeah. There was, with the city, again, I'm going to go back to that. There was this big area with like a shark over the door, and it was like this. And we were going to get a scene where I was like, taking like photos in front of it, and it was like, I need to get my voting catalog photos. Alright, come on. Get the photo. Get the photo! And it was gonna be like that. And it was gonna be like, showing goofy stuff, and I'm very sad that we never got it, but it's going to be gotten in Trump's Beach House 3. Trump's Beach House 2. Now, with this, there's not a lot to talk about because I mainly got everything that I wanted, but there is a lot of cut content. Not a lot, but, there were a few more scenes. We had a big fish boil, and I was planning on, getting a shot of the fish boil and everybody sitting there and, being happy. And then it cuts to me because we had burgers the past night. It's Donald eating a burger at the plate. Not lying. He's like, come on, come eat, Mr. Donald. And I'm like, no! I like seafood. I told you guys this. I'm allergic to shrimp. The other stuff makes my tummy ache. It's stuff like that. We're most likely going to get that in Trump's Beach House 3. Again, a lot of stuff. But yeah, something that won't be gotten in Trump's Beach House 3. Because they're not going with us. Basically, my sister Amanda and her boyfriend Luke, which, thank God for Luke. The scene where I was crawling out of the hot tub, and I feel bad about it now because, he wasn't wanting to do it, and I really seemed rude doing it, but I had gotten him, and I was like, hey, can you just hold a flashlight on it? I feel bad about this. Amanda and Luke, if you're watching this right now, Luke, thank you. God bless your soul for this. You're a saint for that. Infinite cool guy points. But yeah. I was, getting them. I wanted to implement them in the movie somehow because they thought it was funny. They were like, sure, I'll do it. So I added in a side plot, a landlord side plot, where basically it'd be like they'd show up after I broke the window to get back in the house, and they'd be like, we got reports of someone screaming and a window breaking. Can you tell us what happened here? And they were like, oh, nothing. I'm thinking that screaming might have been a neighbor, and the window breaking, well, that was just an accident by the maid. And I'd walk down in a maid, not really a maid costume, not a maid dress, you sick pervert. But, I had, a towel wrapped around my head, I'd have, yellow gloves on and everything, and I'd come down with, a rag and a thing of Windex, and I'd be like, hello, everybody. Oh, we've got guests? Horatio Trump. Very nice to meet you. And the funny part was, it was going to be a dumb cop and a good cop. Good cop, dumb cop. With Luke being the dumb cop who falls for it, and Amanda being the cop who's Horatio Trump. Sure. It was going to be real funny. There were going to be, a lot of random scenes where I'd just be sitting around and be like, Joe, my back's aching and I don't feel like walking up the stairs. Can you carry me? And she was like, no, I'm not doing that. It's playing pool with the boys, because there was a pool table there. And, and then they'd come through the back door. And, I'd be wearing, real trashy clothes. Just be obvious that I'm Trump. And then they'd come in, and I'd be wearing, different clothes entirely. I'd be in them, the yellow gloves and the towel wrapped around my head and, the apron. I'd be like, oh, we've got guests? And it'd be the same thing every single time. But at the end of the movie, the ending was very rushed. Because we were at Wednesday. We only had a week to record it because that was the longest vacation was. It was just a nice week to get away. And we were at Wednesday, and we were at the point where Joe was walking up the stairs, and he said, "Donald, get out of my house," and, chased me around. So, that's why a lot of scenes are just me in my room. No one else is going, "Hey, guys, it's me." But yeah, we were at Wednesday, and everything was rushed. So, those characters got cut, and the original ending got cut. What was going to happen is I was going to be getting into a big fight with Joe. I was going like, and Joe was going to, fake punch me. It's going to, bah! And then I'd fall over and I'd pass out. And then the landlords would come in and they'd see me passed out on the ground because I wouldn't have time to change clothes. And they'd be like, "Oh my God, I knew it!" And then, the dumb cop's gonna be like, "I thought we could work out! No!" And, he was real broken about it. And then they'd call the cops and, they'd get me and, then it'd basically be the same kind of ending, but different scenarios. So, sadly, I had to cut them, and with Trump's Beach House 3 being the last movie, I don't think it's going to happen again. But we're getting a better character. No disrespect to Amanda and Luke, again, if you're watching this. No disrespect to them. They were willing to do that, which, overall, acting, putting in enough effort in a Trump's Beach House movie, that takes time. A lot of retakes, that takes time. So, with that, that's the end of the movie. Trump's Beach House 3 most likely coming out, early 2022. Well, not early, but summer, basically. Hopefully summer, not September, because that would be horrible. But yeah. Thank you for watching this video. If you haven't seen Trump's Beach House 1 and Trump's Beach House 2, that really sucks because I practically spoiled Trump's Beach House 2 for you guys. I guess, hands up. I'm under arrest. Bye-bye, guys. Oh, now my phone's hot.